For this project, I analyzed Truth in Advertising, which is a New York Times bestselling book by John Kenney, and it provides an insight to the advertising professional world through the story of Finbar Dolan, who's a middle-aged senior copyright professional in New York. I chose this book because we talked a lot about in class about how the hidden truths and aspects behind the marketing industry really take a toll on individuals that are in that line of work. And so basically, in Finn's life, it's marked by hardships and his longing for an escape from reality, which he finds through creating narratives in advertising. Kenney uses a satirical tone to portray his vision of what working as an advertising professional is really like. The hardships that come along in everyone's life intersect with our professional lives, and in this novel, Dolan represents one of the many professionals in advertising who often go through the motions in their life and career path who end up seemingly unhappy with their lives and their jobs. The mold that society often presses us into has the ability to impress upon our character and change us as human beings. Finn talks a lot about his negative views on advertising and communication and how it is deception wearing a mask. It's one of the quotes in the book. Dolan's line of work falls specifically under a career in commercials, managing a diaper account for a big New York agency. Aside from his professional career, Dolan's life has a lot of obstacles. So basically, the plot of the book is he broke up with his fiancée a month before their wedding and has interest in his office assistant and is estranged from his entire family. So on top of all that, the book really takes a turn for the worst when Dolan's boss drags him into the office on Christmas to craft a Super Bowl commercial, and then finds out that his father, who he has not seen in years, is kind of his long-lost father, is in the hospital. So with that news, the combination of advertising, insider lore, and family drama mold this novel into demonstrating a myriad of truths about what it's like to work in advertising and how the chaos of it parallels his life outside of work as well. Although I initially thought the book would focus primarily on Dolan's career in advertising, I came to realize the novel demonstrates stronger themes about the presence of family in one's life and how struggles surrounding family life create lasting impressions. Dolan Finbar had become very acclimated to his life in advertising, in which he sits around all day and makes things up. So the problem is for Finn is that he finds himself doing this outside of work as well, and he's making up stories, like re-scripting things, changing events, adding a music tracker, ultimately changing the endings to things that happen in his real life, which clearly doesn't work well for him. Utilization of these tactics in his career have brought him success, but the warped depiction of reality he has created in his head proved not to work out for him in the real world. The mishaps in Dolan's life guide his family crisis away from father-son conflict and toward less compelling internal struggles. The spiraling chaos in Dolan Finbar's life is the wake-up call he needs to reevaluate the choices he's made, admit his romantic feelings for his co-workers, and question the importance of diapers in his life. As I'll mention again, was the agency that he was working for. It was the big client that was really taking over his life during the time. So he starts to reevaluate things and what his priorities are in life. The overall thesis of the novel centers around the absurdity of corporate life, the complications of love, and the meaning of family. When Dolan is bombarded by many obstacles in his life, it ends up providing the clarity that he needed to take a step back and reevaluate the importance. I was really interested to read this book because I have career interest in advertising. It definitely effectively demonstrated the stress that can be brought forth in a career of this line of work, but I think it also portrayed a valuable lesson about the importance of a work-life balance, which is something that Dolan struggled with throughout the novel. Exposure to readings and articles from class have given me a basis of what to expect in a career of advertising, but the book really enhanced my understanding of the profession in Dolan's perspective. It shed light on the imperfections of what goes on behind the scenes and how it can portray deceit, misconceptions, and false narratives, and that's something that Dolan Finbar had become very acclimated to in his life, in his work, which is another reason that I think the book had so much conflict with him internally. The recognition of a stagnant routine sitting at a desk all day concerned me. After reading this book, Dolan's position in life illustrated the consequences these influences have on today's society and the profession. Overall, I think this book was really good. I really liked how it ties into what I'm going to be doing in my future career. It was honestly really fun to read, and I really enjoyed this project. Thank you.